This is a story from the Devi Bhagavad Puran that gives us a lot of details regarding Saraswati Sadhana. As we all know, Devi Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, learning, and music. The protagonist of this story is a young boy that has been abandoned from his home at a very young age. He starts living in the forests and faces lots of troubles. Despite all of this, he follows certain principles which become his sadhana and ultimately leading him to attaining Saraswati Siddhi. This story tells us what kind of dedication and efforts are needed to attain Siddhi in sadhana. So without further ado, let's get started. Once upon a time in ancient India, there lived a Brahmin Pandit. He was wealthy, virtuous, and respected by people all around. Despite all this, he was unhappy because even after years into marriage, he was childless. He was desperate for children and sought the suggestions of his fellow Pandits. They suggested that he invite the great rishis and perform the Putrakameshti Yaga, which is a sacrificial fire ritual to the gods that bestowed progeny. He did as told. The ritual was performed and the Pandit's prayers bore fruit. His wife was pregnant. She delivered a beautiful baby boy, and the Pandit's joy knew no bounds. But they say the boy was cursed. As the boy grew up, they realized that the boy couldn't speak and was neurodivergent. He could barely do his own day-to-day activities. The Pandit tried to get his son treated and exhausted all possible ways. He couldn't even get him to utter a word. Soon, the news spread and everyone came to know that the Pandit's son was dumb. People did what they do best. They laughed at his plight. The Pandit's sorrow turned into fury. He told his son how disappointed he was in him and how he wished he was never born. The boy was heartbroken. He did not want to be a burden on his family. He left home seeking the woods at a tender age of 12. He lived under the trees, eating whatever fruit he could find. As years passed, he built a small hut for himself. He never hurt anything, plant or animal. He only ate fruit that fell on the ground by itself. He never spoke to anyone, obviously because he couldn't. And people that saw him thought he was some kind of a silent saint. He lived in his small hut, simply sitting with his eyes closed, thinking of what sins he might have committed in his past life to deserve this and just contemplating life. 14 years passed like this, and one day, while he was sitting outside his hut, he saw a wild boar running and hiding itself in a bush. It was bleeding and whimpering in pain as it was shot by an arrow. Soon after, a hunter came by and asked if he had seen a boar come that way. This question from the hunter put his conscience in a conflict, as he was someone who is sworn by his principle of non-violence for 14 years. He couldn't show the hunter where the boar was because then he would kill it. But also he did not want to lie to him and sign that he did not see it. He was in a state of turmoil. In that agony, the whimpers of the boar kept resounding in his heart. I, like that. That was all he could think of. I. And in that moment, the goddess Saraswati appeared before him. She told him that she was pleased with his chanting and his vows of truth and non-violence. She blessed him with speech and made him a Pandit instantly. He then opened his eyes and told the hunter, Ya pashyati na bhrute, ya bhrute na pashyati. This means, what sees can't say, and what says can't see. The hunter couldn't decipher what he said and left the place. This was the story of Uttadhya from Devi Bhagavad Puran. He is more popularly known as Satyavrata for his vow of truth. He was the son of the Pandit Devadatta of the kingdom of Kosala. Devadatta was cursed by a sage called Gobhila because while the Putrakameshti ritual was being performed, he insulted Gobhila for uttering a mantra out of rhythm. But Gobila did not do it deliberately. It just happened so because he was out of breath while performing the yajna for long hours. Since Devadatta insulted him in front of everyone, Gobila cursed Devadatta that he would bear a son who is dumb and neurodivergent. Upon hearing this curse, Devadatta pleaded with him for forgiveness and begged Gobila to lift the curse. Gobila said that his curse would take effect, but later it would be lifted and the boy would become a great scholar. So, what do you guys think of his story? If you look at his sadhana, he followed ahimsa, which is non-violence, satyavrata, which is the policy of only speaking the truth. He couldn't speak, so this was automatically true. Brahmacharya or celibacy, as he was not married. He practiced all of this for 14 years and then repeated the sound I, which is the Saraswati Bijakshara, in his mind. And this attained him the blessings from goddess Saraswati and made him a Pandit. So, do you guys think we in the present day could follow such strict rules for such an extended period of time and attain Siddhi? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for staying till the end of the video. I'm going to give away the Sri Chakra I made in this video. To participate in the giveaway, please fill out the Google form and comment Shri Matre Namah. One random winner will be picked out from the comments and will be sent the Sri Chakra.